Good morning to all. Welcome back to today's science class, and today we are going to start a new block in science, and its name is simple machines. And we know that in our daily life we are using various kinds of machines. What are the machines we are using in our daily life? Can you say? Washing machines, refrigerators and air conditioners, like this various kinds of machines we are using in our daily life. And in this lesson we are discussing about simple machines. And when we consider about washing machines and all, they are not simple machines, they are complex machines. That means it contains more number of simple machines. Together it is made as a complex machine. And today's class we are discussing about various kinds of different machines, simple machines. And what is the importance of machines in our daily life? We know that machines helps to reduce our effort. Okay, and if we are using the washing machines, earlier we human beings only washing the clothes, and nowadays we are depending on machine to wash clothes. So like this, our daily activities depends directly or indirectly the use of machines. So as a result, in the case of washing machines, it reduces our effort or work, means the energy. It is exerting force is very less. Washing machines can wash the clothes. Okay. So like this, our day-to-day activities or our effort can be minimized by using the machines. Okay. So that is the main advantages of machines. We are using machine to minimize the effort that used by us. Okay. Concluded that the machines which makes our work easy to do. Okay. And in this block, our first lesson name is inclined plane. What is inclined plane? In this lesson, we are going to explain the inclined plane help in reducing effort to do work. Okay, so simple machine is the first simple machine that we discussed in this block. Okay, simple machines, first simple machine is inclined plane. So we can see what is inclined plane. Anyhow, we have to, the key means the main thing you have to notice that inclined plane helps in reducing the effort to do work. Okay, we already know what is work, right? When we are exerting force towards an object, so that time that object change or show some changes according to the direction of what? Applied force. Okay, and in the case of inclined plane, for its name may be unfamiliar to you, but I will show you one picture, so that time you will get the idea about it. In this picture you can see inclined plane or a ramp, which means that you already seen like this. So we can say that inclined machine, it is a simple machine and it help us to lift heavy object, or also it help us to take an heavy object down from certain height. Okay, and this inclined plane is a simple machines and it help us to lift an heavy load or heavy object easier, or to carry a heavy object to down from a certain height. We are using this inclined plane, and this inclined plane we can see in the form of slides, ramps and slanted roads and all, we can see it. Then we need to apply less effort to move things up and down on an inclined plane. Okay, so inclined plane means that now you already got the idea. Inclined plane, it is a slanted surface, okay, or a ramp which help us to lift an heavy object. Okay, normally you can see like this slanted or ramps in hospitals, means no, without, means in the case of hospitals, ramps will be there to take the, means to carry the patients through wheelchair. Okay, nowadays lift, escalator and all, but normally in hospitals earlier and nowadays also we can see many of the hospitals there is ramps. So easily we can, means in steps it is very difficult to take the patients with wheelchair. Okay, and so like this, by use the wheels and all, we can load or take a heavy loads, or we can take a heavy loads to down from a certain height by using this inclined plane. Okay, so it helps us to do our work with less force or less effort. Okay, and normally we know that we can easily take a person easily by using a wheelchair. We can easily carry a person, but without wheelchair, that force required to us, we have to exert more force to carry him. Okay, so the same way, inclined plane, it makes our works easier, and it is like a slides or ramp or a slanted surface. Okay, and second kind of simple machine, that is wedge. Wedge is another kind of simple machine. And what's its speciality? Wedge is actually the combination of two inclined plane, and I am telling its examples, you may be familiar. For example, knife that we are using, knife and axe. So all these case, you can see that one sharp portion will be there, and in this figure also you can see that incline, the wedge is a simple machine and it is made with an inclined plane joined together. And this wedge we are mainly used to push the object apart or cut an object into pieces, and its examples are knife and axe are the examples of wedges. Are you clear? So in this picture also you are, means two inclined planes are joined together, then we are getting a sharp object, a sharp surface. So that sharp surface, normally to cut it, means for cutting various kinds of objects we are using the knife. In the case of in our kitchen, for cutting vegetables, foods and all, we are using the knife. That knife is also a simple machine. Okay, it makes our effort, means do our work with less effort. Okay, and blade. Okay, so that all we can consider as an example of wedge. Wedge is the combination of two inclined planes or combination of two inclined planes given wedge, and one, that surface, that joining surface will be what, sharp. An example already we discussed. So that's all about our first lesson. In this first lesson we learned about two simple machine, that are inclined plane and wedge. Okay, inclined plane means that it is a slanted surface and it help us to lift and heavy loads from down to up, or carry a heavy load to down from higher certain height. Okay, so that's all about inclined plane, and wedge is the combination of two inclined plane given wedge. Okay, now we can discuss our worksheet. Open your worksheet S1, and in first one, circle the pictures that shows an inclined plane. Here you can see 4 pictures, and anyone is, you can consider as any which picture is an example, or which one is inclined plane. That first one, that first picture, you can see that slanted surface, that you can round, and rest of the 3 are not inclined plane. Okay, first one only you have to circle. Then second one, Amit has to load 100 heavy boxes into a truck. What can he do make his work, make his task easier? How would it help him? He has to take 100 heavy boxes into a truck. Okay, from the truck to ground he has to make an inclined plane. Okay, then he can carry, or he can push the heavy boxes easily by using the inclined plane. That inclined plane he has to make from the truck to ground. It helps him to carry or push the, or take the 100 heavy box easily with less effort. Third question, why is it easier to walk up a hill by taking a winding road than to walk on a straight road. In the case of winding roads, we have to consider that we have to exert very less effort compared to the straight road. Okay, in the case of winding means some slanting like an inclined plane, so with less effort, but in straight road more effort is required. Okay, that is because of this picture you can easily see the winding roads and straight roads. Okay, and in the case of winding roads, when we are considering time, these winding roads are that steep. Okay, so that inclined plane is more steep, then effort required will be more. Okay, so that is straight road, that it will be that inclined plane, that is means it is more steep. Okay, so we have to exert more effort. The straight road is more steep, so we have to exert more effort. Okay, and in the case of winding roads, that effort will be less. In that picture also you can easily, means when we climb an hilly area, so that time if we are moving in a zigzag manner, so it easy to climb the hilly areas. But in a straight way, means if you are straight way, if you are walking time, we are feeling somewhat difficulty. So that is because effort is more in a straight road compared to the hilly. That means winding road. Okay, now we can move on to our second lesson. Our second lesson name is effort, load and fulcrum. Effort, load and fulcrum. Okay, now we can discuss our second lesson, that is effort, load and fulcrum. And in this lesson, in this lesson we are going to explain levers can help in reducing work. So the third kind of lever, that is third kind of simple machine, that is levers. Okay, first we learn inclined plane, then we learn about wedge, right? Yes, and third type of simple machine is lever. And this lever is a simple machine that help us to lift an heavy load with less effort. Okay, lever is a simple machine. It help us to lift the heavy loads with less effort. Okay, and when we consider about these levers, it has three main parts. Okay, so that are effort, load and fulcrum. Okay, levers has three main points, that are effort, load and fulcrum, and according to the position of this effort, load and fulcrum in a lever, we can divide it into three types, that are first class lever, second class lever and third class lever. Are you clear? On the basis of these three main parts of a lever, we can divide it into first class lever, second class lever and third class lever. And what is fulcrum? Fulcrum is actually a fixed point in a lever that is considered as fulcrum. In this picture you can see the position of these three parts. That means in a lever, stiff bar that move around a fixed point is called fulcrum. In this picture of scissors you can see that fulcrum, it is a fixed point, right? And an object that a lever moves is called what? Load. The part of in that object, means if we consider scissor, the parts which moves is called load or load arm, and the end where effort is applied, and which position of the object when we are applying the force, that is called force arm or effort arm. Okay, and the closer the object is to fulcrum, easier is to move the object. The closer the object is to fulcrum, it is helps to easy movement. Okay, so we learn about what is lever. Lever is a simple machine. It helps us to lift an heavy object or heavy load with less effort. And the three main parts, effort, load and fulcrum. And on the basis of their position, we can divide the lever into three different categories, that are first class lever, second class lever and third class lever. And first we can discuss about first class lever. Okay, in the case of first class lever, when we consider about first class lever, if we consider a straight line, fulcrum is between load and effort is called first class. In first class lever, fulcrum is between load and effort. Okay. And in your textbook you can see that picture. Fulcrum is aligned between effort and load. Okay, fulcrum is aligned between effort and load, that is considered as first class lever, and its example you can see here, that is scissor. Okay, and in second class lever, when we consider about second class lever, here you can see second class lever, load is between effort and fulcrum is considered as second class lever. And obviously third class lever, when we are considering about third class lever, this effort is between load and fulcrum. So now we can discuss second class lever. Wheelbarrow, its example here it is given, and fulcrum you can see in this picture, and fulcrum, that means fulcrum and load or effort, you can see effort, that place we exerting the force. Okay, example is wheelbarrow. And third class lever, here you can see the third class lever, effort is between load and fulcrum. Effort is between load and fulcrum. And in this picture you can see the example tweezer. Okay, tweezer is an example of third class lever. Okay, so that's all about this lesson. In this lesson we were discussing about various kinds of levers. That means third simple machine, its name is lever, and this lever mainly we are using to lift an heavy load. Okay, and this lever apply very less effort than an object to lift, or it help us to lift an object with less force. Then on the basis of the alignment of effort, load and fulcrum in various kinds of object, we can divide these levers into three types, that are first class, second class and third class, and you should learn each definition. First class lever, fulcrum is in between effort and load. Second class lever, load is between effort and fulcrum. Then third class lever, effort is between load and fulcrum. Then you should learn its example also. Okay, so that's all about our lesson. Now we can discuss our work. Now you open your worksheet S2. Then label fulcrum, load and effort. In the first case you can see here it is first class lever, and second case it is what? Second class lever, and third case we can consider in the alignment of fulcrum, effort, that you have to mark. Okay, so in this picture clearly you can see the alignment, so correctly you have to mark in your textbook. Okay, then second question, how do levers makes our work easier? These levers help or makes our work easier. The answer is this lever enable us to exert very less effort than an object to lift. Okay, then third question, which lever would you use to? First one, cut out a picture from a magazine. We can use scissor. Okay, then second one, lift a hot pan which has no handle. We can use a pot handle. Pot handler. Then C, squeeze and squeeze lemon juice. We need lemon squeezer. Squeezed lemon juice, we require a lemon squeezer. Then catch a fish, fishing rod. Fishing rod, R-O-D. Then take out a nail from a wall. For that we can use hammer. Okay. So that's all about our worksheet S2. So you have to complete your worksheet S1 and S2. Okay, so that's all about today's class. Thank you and have a nice day.